Hi, my name's CJ, and I'm bad at Pokemon and play too many intros. Um, week 4, yeah, week 4, team builder, against the Saturn Island Wingles, and I literally recorded this right after the VOD review and Cleric, and I already forgot. Okay, anyways, I didn't make a box because I did most of my team building on my phone, on mobile. So that's why I was bringing it over here. So Staten Island Eagles, pretty decent team. Have been pretty dominant. Again, maybe still strengthen schedule. Maybe not. They have their only loss was to Stiglord in a 1-0 loss. So I'm not really sure. Clearly, head to head, they are pretty even as far as the results show. And then they both play the Galar Giants and Project Nebula. If I'm getting that wrong, I'll change it afterwards. Who have been decently at the bottom. Just basically, my next 2 weeks. This week Cleric, next week Stiglord. So I am going into it. I am worried, but at the same time, Copium, they did beat two bottom places teams, and were really close head to head. So I'm not really too sure how to feel about it. So it's these three technically are my next three: Cleric, Stig, Mackie, and then Cuddles. I'm pretty sure is my week 7. So obviously, it's gonna be a tough road from here on, but definitely I am confident I will make a top 6 and into playoffs. And that's kind of just been realistically the goal. Like obviously, winning would be nice, but just, at least make a playoffs and winning like a set or two. Obviously the goal. So first time draft league. I have been battling Pokemon for a while, so it's like, I kind of want to like prove that I am good to myself. But rambling aside, schedules, roster. They have Goldingo, Cinderace, Tinglu, already first 3 picks, really tough, really threatening. Lumomola, an enemy. Uh, kind of just is a weird niche. Just kind of has been used as like a tanky, bulky Pokemon. Hasn't really done much. I've only been played in one game, but obviously 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Gudra, just good bulky, has coverage. Just kind of just does what it wants. Bisharp, haven't seen Bisharp in the first 3 weeks, despite being there Terra Any. So I do want to be prepared for it, but I'm not sure how much it really deals with my team. But again, just like, Terra Any, Terra Blast, kind of changes everything. Like throw flying, can throw wrench in my plans. Kilowattrel. So their main 4 have been for every game Goldingo, Cinderace, Tinglu, Kilowattrel. And then with one of their regenerator tanks, Mungus Nolomoloa. And then just the coverage bond between Gudra, Toxicroak, Frostlass. Actually, they have been bringing them. No, I think Toxicroak and Frostlass were on the same team, but then with like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just like little situational things here or there. That's Croak. It can come out, but I'm not too scared of it. I do have like a bunch of fighting weeks, but I have stuff that resist fighting also. And then I only see them bringing Toxicroak if I am bringing like fairy types, but that's about it. And I guess Brute Bonnet if they're wanting to counter that. but at the same time, why would I bring Groupon into Toxicroak? Frostlass has been really shenanigansy. Will-O-Wisp, D-Bond, and then I'm pretty sure it's just Shadow Ball or something. I don't know. They had some kind of attack move though last time. But yeah, this like first week I have like watched all the other games. Like first time I've actually done Showdown Kelks, and that's pretty much just gonna be the bulk of the theme. Just like trying to cut down the rambling in some of these. But yeah, there's the 10. And then Terror Stab, Kilowattrel. I don't think they have Terrored before, which is kind of weird because usually they are just spamming Hurricanes for the most part. They have used Tailwind with Wind Power, so I can see that, and that's most likely going to be the play. So that is a problem, and the problem I didn't think about last night while I was building the team. So, I mean, I realistically didn't think they would bring Kilowattrel, and they'd bring something else in that slot, but just kind of like, oh hey, if they are just gonna like stick to their main 4, like I'm not gonna throw it out the window for them to bring this. Because I could easily see this being Frostlass or Toxicroak with these two. Cinderace, you know, just good overall, good attacker, has Libero. Goldengo, seems to be they usually are using Choice Scarf. Maybe Specs. I have, it's not like an open sheet or anything, so we don't know. But I do know they have use Trick, so we know it does use Trick Scarf. But going into this, this is my expected set. Make a range, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Dazzling Gleam. Just kind of has just covers all my teams for what it needs to be when it does come out. Tinglu, this has kind of just been the standard set. I can't remember if I have seen Whirlwind or not. I don't think so, but it does get Whirlwind, so if that's a thing, I can have to worry about. But yeah, Ruination kind of hinders my plan for any like tanky strat I want to go for. Earthquake didn't really do much. It's kind of just there to half stab and do some damage. Stealth Wreck is something. I mean, my team really doesn't care about it, so like I don't really put too much pressure into like rapid spin or anything right away. Kilowattrel, again, just kind of straightforward. Hurricane. I think Thunderbolt's higher. Yeah, Thunderbolt. I imagine because again I only have seen Tailwind Hurricane. So from the games I have watched, he's only used Tailwind once, and I feel like it only really helps with any just boosting electric because it does have charge, but other than Tailwind just being good utility. Goodra, these have been moves we have seen it use, but definitely it does cover plenty of my mons. Flamethrower, Scizor, Brute Bonnet, Draco. It's always good, but can hit Untered, Hydreigon, and anything else just kind of pretty hard. Ice Beam, I mean hits a couple things, but nothing that I'm bringing like this week. I'm expecting Alomomola to come. It hasn't really shown. I don't think it like even used move. I think it just like switched in and pivoted. But obviously it gets Wish, Chilling Water, Whirlpool. I don't know if he wants to go like a physical like liquidation like inside of these, but I kind of just see this kind of standard coming out realistically. So yeah, the only really threat that like I fear is Alomomola because it does have high defense and most of my team is physical, and just like my two specials. Granted, Hydreigon is gonna do so unless it brings Protect, which I'm not sure if it gets. I think it does get Protect, so I'm not sure if it is gonna Protect or not, but if it does want to, like, it can't just wish stall on Hydreigon, because that calcs out to be doing like over 50 with each move. And obviously Dark Pulse can flinch. Yeah, just Dark Pulse is just going to do around 60 and has a chance to flinch. Alright, added a few points here and here. But yeah, just kind of just Scarf, just general things. But the EVs are what matter. I think I was playing around with the HP EVs and the 2 defenses because I was trying to take just mitigate Cinderace damage from anything. So my plan is going into Cinderace, sending out Bertha, baiting high jump kick, Terra Ghost, so it will miss. So I'm not sure if that's something that I was thinking about or not, but definitely yeah, because if I switch anything else, it does like think it. And then even if I am Terra Ghost, I am like just without even investment, I am taking only like 60%, or like the high 60s, and this brings it down to like low 60s, like at max. So yeah, I just want to make sure I did just max attack without nature. And then the speed is to outspeed Scarf Goldino by a point or 2. So had that all set up, and then I am pretty much one-shotting it with Dark Pulse. It's technically a roll, but like it's like a 98 to like a over 100. It's like I really need like to really roll low for it not to one-shot. If it does want to come in afterwards, to like try to like shadow ball it, which it does. It is threatened by, but I'm still hitting. Whereas Dark Pulse is also doing pretty decent chunk. I'm pretty sure it's about like 55-60% to Cinderace, so it's always going to KO after the high jump kick miss. Either way, I'm getting 2 hits off, I'm pretty sure. I think it is. Or at least I hit him hard after he hits me hard and I switch out. And Tyranitar, I'm not sure. I think I just threw around these numbers because why not, but I'm pretty sure only thing I'm really calcing here is leaving the Focus Blast from Goldingo in the sand. I don't really need the speed because I'm not really outspeeding anything that I like need to as a trip bend set, but just having a little bit of bulkier there elsewhere. Realistically, I'm not gonna put it into a physical threat because again I have checks for Cinderace. Tinglu isn't doing anything to it. I mean, again, Krogan is, but I never outspeed it if it has any like speed investment. So arguably I should be putting more in defense, but I just kind of want it to be a special wall because most of their team later in the game I expect to be special. But Outrage with Band is always going to kill Gudra. Stone Edge, obviously just big stab, does a bunch of damage on everything. Earthquake for coverage, and then Crunch for just stab. These are mostly for Goldingo. And then obviously Earthquake for Toxicroak, yada yada yada. Steve over here, I'm running Swords Dance Life Orb set. Then everything here as far as the... So Swords Dance Pounce because it's a 75 base Technician Stab. So yeah, it's basically just base 100. It's gonna hit, do a lot of damage. Bullet Punch, Priority Stab. It's gonna do a bunch. Also, I'll add that this does lowers the opponent's speed, so that's always good. Close combat, just good coverage, and just this is basically just gonna be the wall breaker for the most part. And then behind screens, it does live behind screens without Terra, the sleeve lives Flamethrower from Gudra, and then it can 2-shot it back. So even if it's like I Swords Dance and they Flamethrower, I live, and then I am spec to outspeed it. Special defense is just kind of just general HP and that. Technically always gonna live. It's like the highest it can go is like 80% behind the screen. But this is just kind of just to mitigate that, and then also the only problem that they do have are Cinderace and Guja, and then the rest are pretty much just special attackers or Tinglu, which okay maybe it wants to do Ruination, but it's just I'm gonna eat anything else it throws at me. But yeah, it's just +2 stab it, or any of these just take care of a lot of walls and anything it wants to do. Then Bronzong, I didn't really do too much, especially here. Reflect, Light Screen, Hypnosis, Future Sight. So worst case scenario, this gets like Light Screen off, maybe Hypnosis, and then maybe I let it go and have to, assuming it will go down, I use Future Sight, and then it does hit other things. Just doesn't really hit like Tinglu, and like unless it's Sucker Punch Cinderace. But yeah, definitely Future Sight. Just kind of a little unpredictable thing. Just second. But yeah, Screens, Hypnosis, Future Sight, just another special attack. And if Gunshot is coming out on any Pokemon, it does hit it to Heracross. Probably the most base thing on this set, on this team. Loaded Dice, Heracross. So we get Pin Missile, Rock Blast, Close Combat, Earthquake. These two just for coverage and just big damage. Rock Blast, it does one hit KO 100% of the time. Kill Wattrel if these two do have to be together. And I should also say I'm pretty sure I did only test it with Timid. So with what I have here, I will always live versus a Timid Kill Wattrel Hurricane. And that's also assuming I do get hit. And that's with the load dice only doing 4. So yeah, Rock Blast does kill it, versus Stone Age, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't, and it is less reliable. These again aren't 100%, so I am gambling. Just funny. But then Close Combat and Earthquake just kind of hit anything really hard. I'm pretty sure +1 Close Combat does take out Tinglu if I really need it, versus the Pin Missile that wouldn't. But Pin Missile, just good solid damage, loaded dice, and stab. +1, obviously any of these are getting pretty high up there. But with 252 and special defense, I am living Timid Kill Wattrel, and then that's the only really thing that like it has one shot threat. And then again, Goldingo is only other real threat, and then obviously having max special defense does help. On top of the already like 95 it has base. Finally I decided to bring Lightning Rock back out just to try it out. Endure, Endeavor, typical. I'm not running Solar Rock this time. Don't even have stab realistically, but Psychic Fangs just in case there is a Krogung, and if I just kind of need it for anything else. Tactical Moongus, that's who it's for. And then Play Rough. Take care of Gudra. Should be neutral on Bisharp. Does hit Tinglu. Hits Cinderace. Hits Tinglu if I am completely faster. Quick wrap up because I accidentally stopped recording instead of unpausing or unpausing whatever I did. Yeah, that's the team. Obviously, only thing I'm really scared of is Lilomola if it really becomes a problem. But other than that, I have answers for anything. Obviously, RNG, other factors, I can misplay. A lot of things can happen. I definitely have answers to their 2 main threats, but obviously not everything can go to plan 100% of the time, but we can only hope. With that said, I've been CJ. See you tomorrow.